Ladies, I'm here on the show, and I'm here to recap Atlanta Cup race, not that Echo part. New Atlanta Super Speedway. This is a pretty damn good race, I'd say. I'm going to give it like a 9 out of 10. The only problem with Atlanta is if the first few cars are single file, they can pull away just enough from the pack. But other than that, there's not really too much to critique for Atlanta. The racing's just amazing. They're aggressive. They take all these runs. Like, no fuel saving like the other super speedways. At the end there, Reddick comes back from a multi-car crash. The fucking fender's gone. Briscoe gives him a push. And he wins back-to-back races. He's already like 44 points above like third or whatever. It's how much wins matter. But he didn't fluke into. The only reason he was even near the back was because of that multi-car incident. But Hocevar, nobody was going to help him at the end. It sucks. Gotta respect Hocevar. He's just trying to win. I know people will probably be upset and complain because, I mean, with Bale, there was a little bit of room there. It was aggressive, but there was a little bit of room. That was just him being aggressive, trying to make something happen, because Toyos weren't going to help him regardless, so. And they didn't help him, so. Just him being aggressive, just Carson being Carson. The finish was a little underwhelming, but I just don't know if Briscoe could have made a move there in the last lap. I just don't think he could have got a big enough run, to be honest. I know people are like, oh, he let Reddick win him. I'm not sure he let Reddick win. I just don't think he could have got a big enough run. But yeah, the racing was super good again, no surprise. Expected a really good race, and that's what I got. But all three races were really good. Were either pretty good or really good. From this weekend. Like, the new Atlanta is giving us, like, super good races, like, year after year since they've made it. Look, old Atlanta, look. Sure, demanding the most out of a driver, but still demands it here. There's handling. You saw cars getting tight, loose. Like, these cars are a handful. And sure, Atlanta had them classic finishes. Like Jeff Gordon, Kevin Harvick, Carl Edwards, Jimmy Johnson. You know, Jeff Gordon and Jimmy Johnson wrestling those cars around, but those were years ago. Like, from 2016 to, like, 2021, races were pretty damn boring with the Gen 6. It was really, really damn boring. Old Atlanta wasn't good from, 2018 to 2021. That is 5 ass races. And even the 2015-17 races were just okay, where the new Atlanta really hasn't had a bad race. 2014 was the last time Old Atlanta had a great race. Other than that, it's been really damn boring. I like this configuration a lot. Maybe it should have been Texas, however, because I don't like Texas, but kick rocks. This racing's superior. I remember everyone complaining about Atlanta being boring as shit. The racing isn't boring as hell, this configuration. With old Atlanta, the last like 5 races were pretty damn boring. This Atlanta's consistently been the best track on the schedule since the reconfiguration. I love it. Still demands a lot from the drivers, like. And every image here, the last 10 years or so, the racing, or last, I don't know, like 5 races that I can remember were pretty damn trash. At least for me, watching Atlanta. Man, I never thought I never asked for it to be a super speedway, but hell, it's much more entertaining than old Atlanta the last like 5 races there. But yeah, the racing was really damn good. Now let's talk about, well, let's get through the quick chase recap here. Finished 11th. Don't get Alan Gustafson, Mr. 4 and Fuel somehow in the one instance where tires do matter, with Chase already inside the top 10 during the goal with around 18 to go and handling all but gone. Don't pit, and he finally decides to pit in overtime. Finished 11th though. That's the only thing I'll complain about, but he had a pretty damn good car. He was really fast. Ducky ran in the top 5 or 10 all day, led 11 laps, and he's got some decent points, you know, finishing 11th. Good thing, right? Because it could be worse. It could be Larson where he didn't finish good at Daytona and crashed and wrecked himself in this one. I'm sure Larson will still be fine, though. After these races, he'll come back from this, but honestly, I'm not too mad. I mean, not every race is going to be perfect. It is what it is. 81 points and a plus 37 above the chase. Cut line's pretty nice after 2 super speedway races. They have a lot of chaos. Not easy to stay away from all that. A couple good races from Chase beginning the year. He was pretty fast in both of them, so good effort. Plus 37. He's still third in points. Reddick's like, I don't know how many points above, like 44 because he's won the first 2 races now, but third in points still. It is what it is. But Alan does still frustrate me. When tires don't matter, he's like, yeah, give me form and fuel. When they do matter, no, we gotta keep the track position. It's still frustrating. But I'll take it. Third in points, 2 solid finishes, and then a road course at Coda where he's pretty good. On road course, I should get a good finish there. But the finish, Carson Hofsmar was the only one that went for the win. In doing so, he pissed people off and they left him to dry, which, okay, I guess is understandable. Reddick going to 1 and 2 just hung left to push Reddick instead of trying to go 3 wide to ensure a Toyota win. I mean, they won anyways, but would have rather seen a better finish than that. But hey, whatever. But Chase finished 11th is fine. Remain 4th in points is great. Hopefully go to Coda and get another great result. But yeah, New Atlanta just kicks ass. It's just one of the best races on the schedule to watch. I'm sure, I mean, Homestead, I'm looking forward to watching Homestead again, being the championship race, I should say. Chicagoland, I'm excited for it. We'll see how the kart race is there, but Atlanta's just one of my favorite tracks on the schedule. All 3 races were bangers. This weekend, I don't know when the last time that happened, but I'm having fun watching NASCAR. It's fucking great. Hopefully they can keep it up because I'm enjoying the start of this season. I really am. I still wish they could have done a straight repave Atlanta and reconfigured Texas instead, or maybe done it to like Kentucky and add it back to the schedule. We can't deny Atlanta's the best plate track on the schedule. Now that the pavement is worn, it's not even close. If it's possible, be in the camp of wishing Atlanta was never turned into a drafting track, while also wishing the style of racing that currently occurs at Atlanta is what should happen at Daytona and Talladega, put me in it, because Atlanta's become the best drafting track to watch. This should be happening at Daytona and Talladega. No fuel saving, these big runs, people taking them. The Fox, like, the director's chair, oh my god, terrible again. Zooming in on them as much as they can, crashing, and they're showing cars 100 feet past the finish line. And the tight shots were horrific. And Kyle Larson spinning back up and hitting the wall. Nope, don't want to see that. Totally. The zooming in was worse than it was at Daytona. But yeah, this was amazing yet again. Amazing racing. It's everything I want a plate package to be. Where the handling matters, big runs. Really fun to watch. So I'm going to go over the notes of the race here. Go over the results and then wrap it up. So obviously give the race a 9 out of 10. Absolutely just fantastic racing. Per usual from New Atlanta, I expect nothing less. So Cindric wins stage 1, a pretty clean stage 1, but the racing was still fantastic. Cindric comes from like 30th to win the stage. Then stages 2 and 3 were the racing was still really good, but there was a bunch of crashing. But it is plate track, so stage 2, Barry and Gibbs crashed. That was the first of many incidents in this race, and those 2 were done for the day. So next crash, typical Herbst. No, I guess he must. I don't know what happened, but Herbst turned Austin Dillon and took out Ricky Stenhouse himself. Stenhouse, McLeod, Gill, and Austin Dillon, Zane Smith crashed. Shocker, Riley Herbst causing a crash. Totally didn't see that last week. Kyle Busch then crashed. He did lift, and Noah was coming full speed. There's not really much he could do. So Kyle Busch crashing Larson and SVG with an incident. Spotter said inside, and he proceeds to come down in front of SVG, spin SVG out, and then goes back up the track and hits the wall, and he's done. I don't know why he just didn't take the stage points and instead of going down there to block when he was already there. Don't get that. Larson had a really good car. He could have had a good day, good points day. After last week, I don't know where he finished. I don't think he finished good last week. Where did he finish? No, he finished 16th, but I felt like he had a pretty good car today. I felt like he could have finished. I felt like he could have maybe had a shot at the win. And then Bubba won the stage. Stage 3, there was a big crash that took out multiple drivers. I think Hamlin, Reddick was involved. A bunch of drivers. Zelich, a bunch of people were involved. And there was a second big crash that took out multiple drivers. Byron, Cindric, a bunch of other guys as well. Didn't write all of them down. Just wrote 2 big crashes. Bale crashed. I mean, I don't know, like, Carson was being aggressive, but there was a little bit of room there, but I like Carson being aggressive. They weren't going to help him regardless, so. And Reddick ends up getting the win in overtime, so let's go over the results quickly. Reddick gets the win, led 53 laps. Briscoe second, led 27 laps. Chastain third, Hocevar fourth, Suarez fifth. How about that? Didn't really see him all day. SVG 6th, great run for him. Zane Smith 7th, Bubba Wallace 8th, led 46 laps. Ryan Preece 9th, Ryan Blaney 10th, Chase Elliott 11th, led 11 laps. Eddie Gentleman 12th, Denny Hamlin 13th, led 10 laps. Gregson 14th, Busher 15th, Ty Dillon 16th, Brad Keselowski 17th, led 10 laps. Legato 18th, he led 26 laps. JHN 19th, McDowell 20th, Bell 21st, Custer 22nd, Bowman 23rd, Jones 24th, Gillen 25th, Cindric 26th, he led 21 laps. Wayers 27th, Byron 28th, Dillon 29th, Zilich 30th, Yeagley 31st, Larson 32nd, Hurts 33rd, Kyle Busch 34th, McLeod 35th, Stenhouse 36th, Gibbs 37th, and Barry rounds out the field in 38th and last. So next week, they race at Coda, I think in St. Pete, if I'm not mistaken, for next weekend for NASCAR. So Coda next week. I'm pretty sure Coda was good last year. Coda was pretty good last year in my opinion, so hopefully Coda's really good this year. So yeah, what I gotta say here, so leave a like, comment, subscribe for more, and take time out. Peace, and see you next week for Coda and St. Pete.